Hey everyone, Ardred Shadow here, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Previously I went through... not this event. This event kinda got on my nerves, because I lost in the middle part of it, and then it's like, guess what, now you gotta start from back from the beginning! So, yeah, I basically just... I know I said that I would try off-screen, but I guess I didn't. Because I had other things to do. And then we also have this still ongoing. Although we have this going on. I am not sure, like... doesn't quite ring any bells if we've had anything like it before, but... I got to hear Paimon's new voice, unfortunately. You didn't get to hear my reaction to it, but... well, might as well just go over there. Oh, and it's literally right next to a waypoint, so... that makes my life easier.
Yeah. Something's definitely off here. Look at all that spooky smoke around the ley line deposit over there. Could that be where the monsters are coming from?
Okay, yeah. Getting to hear the voice a lot better now. I can definitely say that this is a huge improvement over Corinna Bedgar's take on Paimon. So, whoever you are, because this person is still going as anonymous, most likely to avoid what Jacob Takanashi went through, you're doing good. I only heard you for like a few seconds, but your voice is already, at least to me, a marked improvement. And it's not making my ears hurt.
Looks like the Millelith have set up camp to deal with this. There's soldiers and fortifications everywhere.
That deposit looks familiar. We'd best stay on our guard and prepare for a fight. Yeah, I'm like... if this was an event from the past, and oh god, that guy almost died. If there was an event like this before, I don't remember it. Either because I never got to, participate in it, or I just forgot completely. But, huh. I guess we'll have to see. Part of me is kind of wondering, considering that guy almost got struck by lightning, I wonder if it'll happen again. Probably too much wishful thinking, but... or, wishful thinking, that actually sounds kind of bad. But, okay.
Yeah, let's fight side by side with the Millelith and send those monsters packing. Just like old times. Then, we can focus on what to do about that weird deposit.
Yeah, and I can already say your voice sounds a lot better compared to old times.
Halt, you two. There's danger up ahead. I'll have to ask you to turn back.
Really? Do you know who I am? This is a war criminal wanted in at least 5 nations.
No, wait. I think I recognize you. Are you Sergeant Traveler?
Sergeant Traveler at your service. That sounds like so weird. And that guy almost got struck by lightning again. Okay, sorry about that.
Sergeant? What the heck? Have you been doing night shifts in the Millelith while Paimon's asleep?
Lumine. Me? Absolutely not. Sergeant, huh? I could get used to that. Lumine's face. This is almost like St. Lolly pointing at her again. Although that was a lot funnier.
I am Feng Jin, leader of this Millilith platoon. Staff Officer Su Ding has mentioned you before, and had nothing but praise for your extraordinary talents.
I'm pretty sure.
Our reports also list you as an honorary knight in the Knights of Favonius, granted captain-level authority in times of crisis. Therefore, it seems only appropriate to address you as Sergeant.
Oh, so that's how that happened. It just seems kind of weird that you were referring to her as Sergeant Traveler, out of the blue. The lightning.
But now that introductions are out of the way, let's get back to business. Please, come with me. We should meet with Lady Yuheng.
Okay. My eyes are waiting for this.
Wait, Kuching's here too?
Oh, that's right. I even forgot about that. So then, I guess we're also gonna get to hear what Kuching's voice sounds like now. You know, considering Kaylee Mills got her revenge on me in the last stream.
Huh. This situation must be more complicated than we thought. So much for solving this with one quick fight.
I know.
Lady Yuheng, as you predicted, the Traveler and her second-in-command are here to see you.
Oh my god, don't encourage her. Well, actually... Okay, Paimon's writing, character-wise, that's not gonna change, but... At least her voice is better, and it doesn't hurt my ears, so... Maybe we'll be fine if you're encouraging her. Maybe.
Good work, Fangjin.
I've been hearing some people say that the person that voices Bronya Round in Honkai Star Rail might actually be who's voicing Kuching now. I'm not sure exactly because, well, Bronya's VA goes, well, unlisted. Most likely, well, okay, we don't exactly know why her VA goes anonymous or uncredited, but I mean, on the plus side, it kind of means that they're staying out of trouble. You know, unlike Kaylee Mills or Corinna Bedgar and whoever else has not received the call.
It's been a while, you two. I see you're still chasing danger. The news has barely gone out, and here you are, first at the front line as ever.
Yeah, it has been a while, and you definitely sound a lot different now. Of course, I'm just glad we're able to hear her in general. Because, well, the last time we saw her was in the Lantern Ride, and that was like almost 5 months ago. And we couldn't hear a majority of anybody. And I don't know, like... I've been hearing some people say that Kuching sounds like an old lady now. Oh, looks like the raining stopped. But on the other hand, I've heard some people say that she actually sounds like kind of like a refined young lady compared to sounding like a high school girl with Kaylee Mills. So, I mean, honestly, well, me being me, like, I'll just kind of give her some time here, like, listen to her voice more before I start jumping on, you know, like, oh, she sounds this and that, and I don't like it, blah, 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 or, like, you never know. I mean, I already like Paimon now. Okay. Sergeant Lumine reporting for duty. Well, second this time. but we'll do our best to help.
Let me start by giving you a brief background of the situation.
Grumpy.
For many years, this ley line deposit has been very stable. However, for reasons we've not yet determined, it recently became unusually active, which has led to an alarming surge in monster attacks.
Well then. And, well, so far, at least first impressions, I stand by my decision, or stand by my stance from the last stream that I think this, so far to me, works better for her as opposed to Kaylee Mills.
Worse still, eliminating the monsters seems to have no effect. The ley line disturbance remains, and anyone who comes into contact with it is transported to a strange domain. This is the first time we've seen this sort of anomaly.
Oh boy. And what happens when they're transported there? Do they get out?
Yikes! That's really weird. So, somehow, this ley line deposit is turned into a sort of teleport waypoint?
And what's ironic is the fact that it's like a few feet away from a teleport waypoint.
And shouldn't you guys be calling for more backup? There's no way a camp this size can withstand an otherworldly invasion.
My eyes are also curious. Come, speak to my eyes. Tell them what they must know.
Please don't worry, Paimon. Our defenses are as stable as can be, and all units are elite officers who have served in the Guili Plains. With their experience, each one of them is easily worth 100 troops.
So they could each be like a one-man army, or something like that.
Still, the longer this garrison stays up, the more costly it will be. If we don't find the source of the ley line disturbance soon, we run the risk of depleted resources and troop fatigue.
And that's no good.
Military action should be taken with precision and prudence. Every attack has to count. A passive defense is always a losing strategy.
Yup. It's better to have an active role and be doing something, as opposed to just letting things pass you by.
That makes a lot of sense. Sitting around and waiting for the enemy to attack sounds like it would really suck.
My eyes are angry.
Yes, which is why Yelan has taken a team to infiltrate and investigate the domain. They should be back in a few hours with the intel we need.
Is Yelan going to be unvoiced? That's going to be interesting. Because, as regulars from my past streams may be well aware, I loved Yelan's voice. Just how soothing and sexy it sounds. So, at the possibility that they may have replaced Laura Post doesn't really sit well with me. Because as it stands, there's still a lot of VAs who have not received the call yet. And as we've seen, Kaylee Mills and Corinna Vetger have already been replaced. Corinna Vetger, who was the voice of Paimon, aka the one character in this entire game that has the most spoken dialogue. Now, with that in mind, I think that really shows that MiHoYo is not playing around. If they're more than willing to replace what is essentially like the mascot character of this game, who also so happens to be the one who has the most spoken lines, well, then essentially that pretty much means that it's carte blanche. Anything can happen. Well, that answers my question. Jeez. Lumine's eyes! Oh, but great. Yeah, that can mean either one of two things. Either they haven't given her the call yet, or they're not going to give her the call ever. Hard to say.
Ah! Why'd you have to sneak up on us like that, Galen?
I'm still remembering the one time, I think it was during one of the Lantern Riots or something, where she got, like, all up close and personal and was whispering in Lumine's ear, and I'm like, jeez. Unfortunately, we're not gonna get that.
You're back early. I'm guessing things didn't go according to plan.
Kuching's eyes! Oh my god, she's literally staring into my soul. And she doesn't blink. That's a little... Hey there, Ninja. I was wondering when you were going to show up. You're missing all the new voices. And well, now you're looking into Kuching's eyes as she stares at you, grumpy and impatient and not blinking whatsoever. And Bielan does not have her sexy voice back, which I just really hope that just means that they haven't given, or well, that they are going to still give Laura Stahl, or Laura Post, the call, as opposed to not wanting to call her back in at all. Another ley line disturbance, huh? Yeah, I feel like I might have dealt with something like this before, but I do not remember like the specifics. I'm still trying to remember, but I can't. Grumpy. Oh, right. We were working with Batman. Oh, that's what it was. Jeez, that was years ago, though.
Well, that explains why the ley line deposit is bright red. There was one just like it back then, too. Big and red and plump. Huh, like a juicy apple ripe for the picking.
Lumine's eyes. Tell me more, did you do her on... Okay, no. Tell me more. Okay. I'm sorry, I still have this... Okay. Yes, this voice is so much better. Although, I guess... Let's see what you think of Kuching's voice. Okay, enough singing Grease. Tell me more about this honorary knight. Sounds like a cool person. I'll remember that. Maybe I really do work when Paimon's asleep. My god, you're greasy. No, tell me more, tell me more. Did she put up a fight? Tell me more, was it love at first sight? Okay, no. Lumine's here like, yeah, I know what's up. It's like, yeah, I can handle this easy. After all, I'm a war criminal. They finally took me to jail in Fontaine.
You're starting to lose Paimon a little.
You always get lost.
And the bad news, Yelan? Give it to us straight.
So that means we have to go inside. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, and a lot of people say that she sounds like Bronya from Star Rail, which I can sort of hear. And if that's the case, at the risk of being roasted alive, I think this suits her character better, as opposed to her sounding like some preppy high school girl. I said it. Kaylee Mills already got her revenge on me last stream, so I don't have anything else to lose. Yeah, because Kuching, at least, like, if you think about Bronya, they're both kind of dignified, refined young ladies who carry themselves with poise and grace. But they're both not afraid to, get down and knock some heads either, so. But especially being, like, very poised and dignified. Kaylee Mills as Cushing just makes her sound, like, yeah, kind of like a high school girl. I hate to say it. I don't remember what her voice as Emilia in ReZero is like, because I've only ever seen a few episodes of ReZero in English, but maybe something like that would work for Emilia? But I don't know. Of course, Emilia's kind of a different character, where, like, she's also kind of dignified and all that, but she's also a little naive at times. So, like, that kind of lends itself, I think, to having a voice like that. Well, Yelan, well, I don't need anyone to tell me that I think you like it when it gets dicey. Since our whole thing's about gambling and dices, or dice, and yeah. Okay, well, my eyes can definitely look into it. Uh, I think it goes in cycles. Like, I'll be able to pull it up again once we're done talking here, but like I want to say I think there's like either 3 or 7 days left in this cycle here, but it goes on for like, what was it, like 13 days? I'm not even sure. I'll see. I see what you're doing. I'm the only viable candidate because I'm the only one who has eyes that can look into it. And I'm the only one who can kick their asses.
So to summarize, we have two options. The first is to strengthen our defenses, keep fending off the monster attacks, and hope the disturbance dies down in due course. Option 2 is to send the Traveler inside the domain with a team of troops to eliminate the disturbance at the source.
I mean, honestly, option 2 is probably the best one, let's be real here.
Understood. I'll prepare for both courses of action.
Okay, but I'm just saying, option 2 is the best one.
I'll need to contact Ningguang and request additional funding for our defenses. At the same time, I'll reach out to the Kayang to discuss manpower. We need to get our troops on rotation as soon as possible.
Alright.
Hey, isn't this the part where you're supposed to tell us to get out there and give 'em what for?
Yeah, especially now that she has the kind of voice that would sound good saying that.
Sorry, but peacekeeping in Liyue is a duty that belongs to the Millelith and the Qixing. It's my role as commander to keep my officers from taking on unnecessary risks.
Okay, you got me on that one then, Coaching. And, okay. So, in that case, we'll just leave him for doing CG work, and then we'll think about it later for doing the sprite work, but okay, so we're not gonna make him do it then, just because if he's never done it before, there's no reason to force him.
Plus, I don't want you taking this on all by yourself. For reasons both professional and personal.
Kuching is very grumpy here. And at least she's blinking again. And okay, fine. But I'm telling you, Lumine can take care of this all on her own.
So if you don't want to get involved, I won't force you. I'll simply treat this like a long-term training exercise for the Millelith, with several platoons working in rotation to eliminate each wave of monsters.
Except this is the kind of training exercise where they could die. I'm just saying.
Meanwhile, I'll have scouts keep up the intelligence-gathering work inside the domain. Once we understand it sufficiently well, we can put a strike team together to head in and neutralize the threat.
I missed you. Okay, I know it sounds random just saying that after she's here like, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, that way we can have a better course of action, and then I'm just here like, I missed you. But it's true, I did miss her. I know she was in the Lantern right, but at the same time, it honestly just felt like there was no soul there. Like, she might as well have just not been there at all. You know, it's like, I missed you, you beautiful, grumpy cat girl, you. I know you're not a cat, but I don't care. You're very cute and beautiful and grumpy, and I just love you. Like, please never leave us again. Just please never leave us again, please. Well, I guess you know what they say. You never know what you've lost. You never know what you have until you've lost it. And, well, it's good to have some of these characters voiced again. In this case, Paimon and Kuching are not voiced by the same people anymore, but those two people were very toxic and just questionable. Especially Corinna. And at least, I personally think they sound like... Well, Paimon is definitely an improvement. Kuching's voice, I think it fits her better. So all the people saying that she sounds like an old lady or whatever, you can go suck eggs. Because I love this beautiful grumpy cat girl. Especially the way she sounds now.
Of course, if you do wish to participate, you'll have my full support, and the entire garrison at your disposal.
Grumpy.
And once the leyline disturbance has been brought under control, I will review your record and compensate you accordingly.
How will you compensate my eyes? I'll help. for reasons both professional and personal. As a friend, I must stay and fight, because after all, I fight for my friends. I also do. Okay, no. I'm not gonna quote that stupid video. So, Miss Kuching, did you come here for business or pleasure? Okay, I'm sorry. I can't do it the way Brianna Knickerbocker does it.
Paimon, too! Whichever way you cut it, we can't sit this one out. We're allies of Liyue. We're the best adventurer duo around, and we're friends of Kuching and Yelan.
Exactly.
Plus, we don't need to worry about being shortchanged. Kuching and Yelan will definitely make it worth their time.
Right. I can trust you too. Easy.
That looks like determination to me.
And that looks like determination to me as well. Well, I'm talking about your face, but anyway.
I like what I see. All right, here's how we're going to do this.
I also like what I see. But I also like what I hear.
Yelan, tell your team to prepare for another trip into the domain. This time with the Traveler joining them.
We're gonna take the fight to them. Aw, come on. Oh, well, I guess if you put it that way. Okay. So, we have... Okay, well... Okay, I had 3 in 1. I just had them in the wrong order. So we have 31 days to do this thing, but only 7 for this cycle. So I imagine we're going to be going through a few different cycles. And then there's this silly thing, and then this thing. Oh, I'm already here. Okay. Huh. Where is the grumpy? Okay, there she is. We're going to be going deeper and deeper until we're constantly blinded. Okay, no. No time to quote Cascada songs.
Keep your eyes peeled and your blades ready. Be aware of your surroundings at all times, and look out for one another.
Well, the joke's on them. My eyes see everything.
Remember, whenever the situation takes a turn for the worse, it never hurts to retreat and regroup. Don't go pushing yourselves too hard, all right?
Kuching loves me. Okay, well, anyway. I won't, don't worry.
With that said, I await your triumphant return.
And a triumphant return you shall have. I'm ready for whatever this domain throws at me. I know that my eyes and I can handle it.
Yeah! We'll be back with good news for the both of you!
What she said. Okay. So, let's see, what is this going to be like? Select a difficulty. Challenges, let's see, will affect combat. Your opponents will also grow trickier to deal with. Completing a more difficult challenge will also let you obtain the rewards from the difficulties below that one. So, I guess by that logic, you do difficulty level 5 and then you'll get all the rewards. After you enter a challenge, you must head to 3 separate battlefields and complete 3 time-limited battles. Challenge is considered complete for this difficulty once all the opponents in the 3 battlefields are beaten. Oh god, that's a lot of reading. Okay, we can do this in co-op. And it will not continue to change based on the number of players. Co-op challenge results will be recorded separately, and you can check said records at any time. However, only single-player mode challenge records can be displayed. So I guess, really, you should only do that, like, if you want to go for the harder difficulties. Oh, well, oh, I'm like, why won't you let me? There we go. Okay, we have normal, advancing, hard, menacing, and fearless like Taylor Swift. Let's go with advancing. Okay, we have that thing. Oh. That thing, and secret source automaton. Oh, well. Uh, uh... Oh my... Don't tell me I'm screwed! Okay, in normal, advancing, and hard challenges, you can adjust your party. Okay, thank you, because... this is getting out of hand! Now there are 2 of them! See, in co-op, the leader shall select the challenge. Start, okay. Press the left side on the mini-map to view challenge information. Okay. Oh. Let me see. The Exalted Ones. Interesting title. Okay, so Pyro has an advantage. Yeah, we have the Exalted Ones. And then we just have other characters like... yeah, they're not important. These are the ones who are important. Well... okay, let's see, what should I do? Freeze. And... well... let's hope we don't die! Help me, I'm trapped.
Reconstitute!
Show no mercy! Fulfill our pact! Skyward! Scatter! Overruled! Scatter!
Beautiful!
You two! Time to end them!
Okay, there's that one. Okay. Let's see. Pyro and Dendro. Okay, so technically I can have them again.
substitute.
Yeah! Skyward!
Stabilize.
Oh. Okay, yep, he's dead. Okay. Cryo has an advantage. Okay. So if that's the case. Hopefully Farina doesn't waste me too much.
Allow me.
Oops, I did that wrong.
Suffer the wrath of Easley!
Oh, okay. That's a new record! So now what? Do I just leave? Can I leave? Okay, thank you. Grumpy.
This domain is messed up. No wonder even Yelan found it dicey.
It barely took me 2 minutes to go through everything. What are you saying?
Which major historical battle do you think is being reenacted here? Feels like one where most soldiers would be way out of their depths.
Maybe it's the Archon War? The Conrian Cataclysm, perhaps? But you weren't there for any of them. So... how can you be sure?
Hopefully not. Surely not right. Please tell Paimon you're exaggerating.
Yes, because she wasn't there for any of that.
Ah, you're back.
Yes. I know, we may never know.
Sure is. But it was really, really scary in there.
It wasn't so scary. Now, if I went with some of the other difficulties, like menacing, maybe I would change my opinion.
Incredible. You did very well to brave all of that and still emerge victorious. Good work.
Aww. Seriously, I missed her. It also feels nice having her compliment us. Oh, okay, well that's good to know. It's probably going to be a while before we eliminate the root of the problem. Considering we have 31 days left.
Which means you've weakened the monsters as well. Now any rank-and-file soldiers can comfortably fend them off.
Okay. Or they could enter the domain and get a real taste of danger. I'm gonna be a Texas Ranger. I'm gonna live a life of danger. The ley line disturbance is a stubborn foe. It will take time to conquer it.
Why do you sound weirdly excited about this? Don't go getting too bloodthirsty.
Oh my god! What? What is this face? And what is she doing with her hands? She's like, yes, it is all coming together now. Soon my plan for world domination will come to fruition, and then no one can stop me from conquering all 7 nations. Soon, Tommy, you will live once more. Or something like that. Like, she seriously looks like she's being evil. Lumine, for all these years of calling you a war criminal, I didn't think you were actually going to take that seriously.
Oh, one other thing. We received a response from Yujing Terrace. Both the Tianxuan and the Kaiyang have agreed to establish a long-term partnership with the Traveler.
You mean Ningguang wants to marry me? Okay, no. That's not what she means.
Thanks to your tireless efforts, we may even be able to turn this ley line disturbance to our advantage.
Oh, I made the grumpy girl happy.
Moving forward, you'll have the full support of this garrison.
I don't know if it's just me, but I think something about her voice now actually has a bit more of like an endearing quality to it. I don't know. Because, again, like, Kaylee Mills Kuching sounded kind of like a preppy girl from high school. This, like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe that's why, like, I kind of get, like, little fuzzies hearing Kuching be nice to us. As opposed to her being, like, kind of preppy and, like, low-key, I'm too important to talk to you right now, even though that's not the energy she has. I don't know, the voice just... It's complicated to describe what I'm feeling. Although, I guess that's feelings in a nutshell. You're in love, and it's like, I don't know how to describe what I'm feeling for you right now, but I'm feeling it.
While the disturbance remains active, the Millelith will take care of any monsters that escape from the domain, using the opportunity to hone their combat skills. You, of course, are free to enter the domain if you so wish.
Which I'm probably gonna do. However many times, I guess. Great news! I'll keep giving it my all. With the immediate danger gone, I'll support as needed.
Oh, that's a big weight off our shoulders. Anyway, where were we?
I don't know. I was gonna make some joke about how this is the part where you go to sleep, but I don't want her to go to sleep. She's not bothering me.
Oh yeah, ley lines are pretty fascinating things, aren't they? If only there was a way to grab them and shake all the secrets out.
I know you're hiding something from me. Tell me your secrets or else I'm gonna rough you up. You mean something like that?
Or, who knows? Maybe one day we'll run into some smart cookie who hands us a big thick book called Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Ley Lines.
Okay. Well, the only one who comes to my mind right now immediately is Jing Chu. He has a lot of books. But I doubt he has something so specific. I'm running into it.
I see everything.
You'll give me an egg. Okay. Since this event is actually gonna work a lot differently from what I thought it would be, I'm gonna go ahead and move into Plan B. Oops, that's not Plan B. Okay. Wait, wasn't I in the middle of this? Yes, I was. I never finished this. Yeah, because I was here like, yeah, what happened after that? But, well, unfortunately, we're not going to be doing that. Let me see. Okay, it doesn't tell me, like... Wait, oh!
There's a city over there. What's up with you today?
Why does Paimon's voice sound so far away?
Feeling okay? We've been traveling all over lately, so maybe you've come down with something. That's it. We're getting Baiju to check you over.
I mean, I am in Liwa. Okay, I actually did not mean to choose that one. I just wanted to see, like, if it told me anything like, okay, these are the quests you should probably do. Okay, we can either go with Dreamy Dragon Man, Dreamy Warden Man, who's boinking Clorind, or Farina, or Navia, or Chiori, because she doesn't care. Let me see. Okay, you need Farina for that one. And then Novelette for that one. Well, in that case, since this one's actually gonna take the longest. Oh right, and just like with Mizuki, if you get the quest done within a certain time limit, you get rewards, which is kind of what I want to try to do. I know it seems counterproductive doing it this way, but at the risk of spoiling something, I'm gonna try my damnedest. Which is why Star Rail's taking a bit of a back seat this week. Hello.
Hey, Catherine, it's us. Got any new commissions? Specifically one with a huge more attack, perhaps?
And now Paimon is back to hurting my ears. You didn't have to be so direct. The more lucrative, the better.
You know we're worth it. For quality work and speedy results, choose Paimon and the Traveler.
Oh my god. It's like, can we go back? Well, unfortunately, yeah, we can't go back because they haven't recorded the new lines to replace Corinna Bedgar's.
It's always a pleasure to see our two most avid adventurers again. Looking for the next challenge, I see.
Snooping as usual, I see.
Actually, we do in fact have a rather urgent commission that is still open. Having read the details, however, I don't believe you'd consider it to be lucrative.
Really? Then what would I consider it?
Don't worry about that. We were just kidding. So what's the situation?
Yes, my eyes want to know.
To put it simply, the requester is looking for a temporary replacement actress for their musical. The original cast member ran into some issues, and is currently unable to perform the role. But the troupe has also been experiencing some financial difficulties, so unfortunately they cannot afford to pay the replacement actress.
That does sound like a tricky situation. So basically they're looking for a volunteer?
That's right. Our adventurers reached out to many actresses, but none of them were willing to take the job.
Because they want to have money.
There are only a few days left until the performance. If they can't find someone in time, they'll probably have to postpone the show. And delays tend to create all sorts of new problems.
Don't they ever?
Got it. Oh, this one's a doozy. What do you think, Traveler? Any ideas?
I think you should go to sleep. Okay, now it feels natural to say that again. Because with new Paimon, it's like, I don't want her to go to sleep. This one, I do want her to go to sleep.
Even if we took the commission, neither of us have any experience starring in musicals.
Yes, and Lumine cannot talk. And your voice hurts. Very true.
If you're interested in helping, why not start by having a chat with the requester? He's right over there.
Is he stalking us?
Maybe you can't fill the role yourselves, but you might be able to help him figure out another solution. Maybe there's something he hasn't thought of.
Oh, it's that guy, huh? No wonder, he looks like he just ate a sour lemon.
You sound like you ate a sour lemon. Got it. We'll go talk to him.
Paimon approves, let's go! Hello there, are you the guy looking for a new actress?
Wait, I know you two. Are you really willing to act in my musical?
Not with those eyebrows, I will.
Wow, sounds like we're pretty famous in Fontaine already.
You better shave those eyebrows right now.
But to answer your question, neither of us have any experience in musicals. But we heard that you're in a bit of a bind, so we figured we could at least try to help you think of a solution.
Ah, I see. It's okay. I knew that asking for a volunteer was a long shot.
Well, I mean, you never know.
If we can't find someone to step in, we'll have no choice but to cancel the show. It would be such a shame.
Can't you cover the budget for a new actress with ticket fees? I don't think ticket fees could cover something like that, at least. Like, what am I trying to say? Like, in most cases with actors and actresses, in my experience, like, ticket fees and revenue don't usually equal out to their salaries. Not always, anyway.
That's the thing. We're not some high-profile theater troupe, just a group of amateur enthusiasts.
Oh. Well, that's gonna make it even harder.
All our sets and props are very crude. We're grateful enough just to get an audience, never mind ticket fees.
Jeez, from the way you're making it sound.
If we had a way to make this profitable, things might have turned out differently. But now, it looks inevitable that we'll disband.
Just like In Sync.
Disband? You're splitting up the troupe?
We can't let that happen.
Oh, I guess the lady at the Adventurers Guild didn't tell you? Yeah, this is supposed to be our final show together as a troupe.
That's depressing.
One last show. And after that, we go our separate ways. So we were really hoping to end on a high note. Nobody wants things to just fizzle out. Not after all the time and effort we've invested into it.
Catherine mentioned that one of your actresses can't make it.
Yeah, the leading lady, in fact. She's been dealing with a chronic illness ever since childhood, and unfortunately, it flared up again recently. It really drains all her energy, so she's in no state to perform.
Oh, jeez. Man, I even want to imagine that.
The show just won't be the same without her. But for everyone else's sake, I still hope we can find a way to hold the performance on schedule.
Got it. We have a clearer picture now. Let's see if we can come up with any ideas. What if we sponsored the show? Traveler, how much more are you carrying?
Why are you asking me that?
Please, there's no need to go that far. I wouldn't feel right asking such a huge favor, and I can't promise that we'd ever be able to pay you back.
Mora isn't the biggest problem. How do we find someone who's a good fit for the role?
Good point. If the actress just goes through the motions for the Mora, that's not exactly rescuing the show.
Yeah, because they're just gonna be there like, oh boy, what the hell am I saying? Oh well, at least I'm gonna get paid for this later.
We should find someone who will put on the best performance possible. Oh, wait! What about... you know who?
Great minds think alike. I was just thinking that.
That's how you know we're the best of partners. Anyway, she should have all the free time in the world right now.
Yes, because she has no job now.
She's really good at performing, and she was once super popular with the crowd. Performing in a musical should be a piece of cake for her.
Who are you thinking of? Sounds like someone famous.
Farina.
Her? You're... That was a joke, right?
It's joke. Actually, no, it's not. I'm being serious.
Nope. Paimon doesn't actually know if she's performed on stage before, but Paimon's pretty confident that she'd be really good at it.
You're not wrong there. She has actually performed in a number of big-name shows before. They were one of the reasons she was so popular.
Oh, really?
But even if she's no longer the Hydro Archon, it's not like she's suddenly a commoner.
Yes, in fact, the Musket and Roses event sort of spoils it, but, like... I was just wondering, like, yeah, what the hell happened to her after, you know, being relieved of her duties as Hydro Archon?
She's still an idol to many people in Fontaine, including myself. I just think Lady Farina might feel a bit out of place in an amateur troupe like ours.
You want the show to go ahead, don't you? Are you prepared to do whatever it takes?
Well, yes, but...
But nothing.
Fair enough. I mean, if she was actually willing to, then of course I'd be honored to have Lady Farina star in our show. I'm sure the rest of the troupe would be delighted too.
I'm pretty sure they would be. If not, maybe a little nervous.
I'm sure everyone in our troupe has probably dreamt of performing on stage with her one day.
So it'll literally be a dream come true.
Of course, it all depends on whether she's interested. She might consider this opportunity beneath her.
No point in stressing about that. We'll only know if we ask her.
Yep, that is true.
Besides, things are different now. There's no reason for her to be all high and mighty anymore.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. Let's go. It'll be good to check in on her anyway. Yes, because I really wanted to know what happens to her.
Thank you for your help. I guess I'll just stay here and wait for the good news. Good luck.
Alright.
Wait, where does Farina actually live nowadays? She used to live in luxury at the Palais Mermonia, but she's, moved out, right?
Yes, but where?
As it happens, I have her current address here. I can provide it to you.
Thank you, robot.
Woo! When did you get here?
I know. And you can leave the counter.
I came over when things were starting to sound more promising. I thought I should be at the ready in case my assistance is needed. It is my duty to support commissioners in any way I can.
Well, that's nice.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Well, now that we've got the address, we'll go find Farina. Back in a jiffy.
The little Oceanid.
I can't believe they're seriously asking Lady Farina. Seems a little over the top.
Try not to worry. May I pour you a glass of water?
Okay. I'm just gonna come in from over here. In fact, I think it was Dino that told me it was one of these houses. Yes, apparently she lives here now. Surprise! Okay, and surprise!
Did Catherine really give us the right address? She lives here?
Well, considering I saw her for like a split second.
Not that there's anything wrong with this place, it's just, a bit of a step down from the Palais Marmonia.
Well, what do you expect?
You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating their abode.
Great, now, Paimon, you hurt her feelings.
Okay, when did Poppy Got a Thin Air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
Jeez. And I just kind of realized her voice sounded very, like, soft. Not so proud and boisterous.
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags.
Okay.
I used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food. But now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious too.
Don't you get sick of macaroni every day? And it's just so strange hearing her sound so meek and humbled. I don't know how else to describe it.
Not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and bolognese the next.
Yep. Or, of course, macaroni and cheese.
Oh, sounds like you're really struggling to cope.
Paimon, seriously, shut up. Is it because you have to do all your own cooking now?
How rude! Questioning my cooking skills. The audacity!
Okay, now she's starting to sound more like Farina.
It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house. So I don't see how it's unusual that my meals are a little simpler now too. Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like la lettre focilor or blubber profiteroles in no time, if I felt so inclined.
Ironic. A dish that's named after her. But she cannot make it.
Ah, there it is. You don't know how to cook.
Oh, come on. At least it's not like Raiden Shogun where she literally can't cook.
Not yet, maybe, but... Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from grace.
No. In fact, I've been worried about you. Especially considering... Well, now that I remember more about the Fontaine story, it's like... We never got to see you again. And, okay, yeah, ignoring the... Let's pretend the Musket and Roses event never happened. For the sake of this. Because that kind of spoils the end. But I'm here like, yeah, we never saw what happened to her after that.
Let me first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to clown around, then please be on your way. Shoo!
Sorry! We're sorry! Please don't be mad!
Yes, please. We love you, Farina. Paimon was just showing concern for your well-being. Unfortunately, she does it in a very stupid way.
Yeah, exactly! What the Traveler said!
But you ended up making fun of her anyway.
Hang on a sec, you weren't exactly holding back either.
Oh, don't put this on me. That's not important. We actually came here to ask you for your help.
My help? Well, maybe you're forgetting that I'm no longer the mighty Hydro Archon. I don't even have a vision, you know.
Sorry, inside joke. Huh. Okay, so then... At this point, she doesn't have a vision. So then, she's literally just a regular person who has a beautiful design.
Don't worry, it's nothing that serious. It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help.
If not you, then no one. You're the only person for the job.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, then fine. I'll spare you the lecture about your attitude just now.
Yes, please be happy.
So tell me, what specifically makes this matter so specific?
Yes, I suppose we should be more specific about the specifics. And that's what happened.
I see. I knew you couldn't have come all this way just to amuse yourselves at my expense.
Oh, come on. Like, you're making me feel bad. Like, legit. It's like, we don't want to do that to you. Not after everything you've been through.
After all, I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine, well versed in all the various performing arts. A mere musical is well within my capabilities.
That's good.
But given the present circumstances, I'm afraid I must regretfully decline your casting request.
That's bad. Why? Is it because you hate me now?
How come? It sounds like this would be a breeze for you.
And wouldn't you love it?
True, but I have made a decision to retire from the stage.
Oh.
Although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on me.
I guess now that I think about it, considering she suffered for 500 years as an actress, playing the same role to the point that it broke her inside, maybe it was a little insensitive to ask her to do this. Ugh, man. Yeah, I'm kind of like watching Nightmare Ninja's streams for the Fontaine story does kind of make me remember like how I initially started off, well, sort of disliking Farina and then ultimately just like I wish I could hug her and just make her feel better. Like I never want to see her cry ever again.
Centuries of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. I'm not the same person I once was. Of course, that can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again. But at least I can say that I no longer desire to play any new roles.
So that's how you really feel? And honestly, I can't blame her. Like, after everything she's been through, I legit can't blame her for never wanting to.
Paimon can understand.
Yes. Like, you spent 500 soul-breaking years performing as the Hydro Archon, and you were so lonely and sad and alone.
But this is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick. Surely that's okay.
Whether it's a one-off or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to no longer cross. If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself, which would be the same as not having a boundary in the first place. So I'm not going to perform, and that is that.
Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help out the troupe? Otherwise, they'll just have to disband without any fanfare. Do you know any other actors who might be interested in the role?
Nope.
Short and to the point, okay.
Yeah. I guess you really could say she's a far cry from the Farina we first met when we came here.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me.
Seriously, it's like, if Farina were a real person, like, I would just want to throw my arms around her and just... I just don't want her to be sad.
Since I'm just an ordinary person now, they'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help.
You shouldn't assume the worst of people. What's wrong with making one exception? Well, yes, her story was very sad, and, like, as embarrassing as it is to admit, like, I'm actually tearing up just remembering, and just, like, exactly, like, all the people that turned their backs on her. Like, it almost seems like everything that Paimon and Lumine are asking her to do just seems insensitive. Like, you're asking her to, number one, be an actress again after she literally suffered for 500 years as an actress. And number two, go talk to people who, like, yeah, turned their backs on her, and as she put it, like, they probably never want to speak to her again.
True, but I mean, could you even blame them? I show up out of the blue, begging and groveling for their help with a show they won't even get paid for? Oh, no way. I'm dying from embarrassment just thinking about it. Nope, not happening.
Yep, Lumine's fine. Yeah, I still remember that. And even look at her face right now. Like, seriously. This is a woman that needs a hug right now. At least somebody to make her feel better and not alone.
Well, is there anything else we can do? This performance really means a lot to the guy we're working for.
Have I not made myself clear? You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want this job, nor do I know of anyone else who would.
The only thing we've done is just make her hate us.
Sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound so harsh. I wish I could help, really. But if I thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
Okay, so she doesn't hate us. Yeah, it's basically like you're trying to force her to do something that she's been traumatized. She has so much trauma you can't even imagine. And you're basically asking her to do the very thing that gave her so much pain and heartache in the first place.
It's alright, Farina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, everyone in the troop will be so disappointed.
Let's try to come up with a plan B.
Yeah, I guess that's all we can do now. Alright then, we'll see you around, Farina!
Bye.
Toodaloo to you too. I'm going home to take a rest now.
Yeah, you do that. I know. And, okay, so... can't do anything else here. I know.
It's too bad, but we have to respect Farina's decision.
Yes.
Maybe the thought of performing brings up too many painful memories now.
Yes. Yes, it does. Probably more painful memories than you can ever imagine. Yeah, exactly, you think? Then again, Paimon did not see what Lumine saw, and... well, essentially, Lumine's... like, what was going on in Farina's head when we were on that stage with her. But, yeah. And, well... yeah, I guess you already know I'm not gonna let Inazuma go. But... yeah, I guess kind of being low-key condescending to Farina back then. That is, I would say that's like at least a close second. Alright, let's go talk to the fat guy with the eyebrows.
Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
That can't be good.
That's besides the point. I'll ask you again. Why did you start looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I tell you I'm going to take a step back?
Because you have a chronic illness, and most likely he did not want to make you worry. And he didn't want you to push yourself. I don't know.
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now? We know the signs. But you never tell us about your illness, even when it's clearly flaring up.
And that gives you the right to make a decision on my behalf?
I mean... okay, well, it's like, I can see it from both angles here. But at the same time, I'm kind of here like... is your health really worth risking something? Or is it really worth something to... is it worth risking your life or your health over something like this, is what I'm trying to say.
Shortly after you left, the troop's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform.
Is she just saying that? We need a doctor.
Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now? The adventurer assigned to your commission has returned.
Yes, and unfortunately, I broke someone's heart. Wait a minute, is that Farina behind us?
Sorry, I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding. So, how did your conversation with Farina go?
I almost made her cry.
Sadly, a no from her. We tried to persuade her, but she wasn't having it. She doesn't want to play the role for personal reasons.
Yes, and I can understand her completely.
I see. Well, circumstances have changed a little, so maybe that's not such bad news after all. You see, our leading lady has just informed me that she's well enough to make it to the show after all. Staging the musical with the full original cast was always the dream, of course.
Oh, right! Sounds like everything worked itself out then.
Oh my god, that is her. Okay, yeah. Now I can see it. Especially now you can actually see her, like, peeking out from the corner there. Imagine if we managed to convince Farina to join. Only for her to find out she's no longer needed. Well, I guess assuming she did want to have an acting role, that probably would be disappointing.
Yeah, she'd be livid. We'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
Jeez, is Lady Farina really so harsh with people?
I mean, she used to be, but now she just sounds like so heartbroken, and well, I just feel really sad seeing her like this. You know, considering how proud and boisterous she used to be, hearing her be like so meek and almost timid, just, I don't know.
Only joking, calm down. So, guess we can consider this case closed now, huh?
Alright, let's go home.
Despite the fact that we failed to complete the commission, we were still racking our brains for ideas on the way back here.
I know.
Look, there's no point arguing with you about this anymore. You've made yourself very clear, so I'll stop looking for a replacement. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find anyone to replace you. So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is putting everything they have into this final performance. We have to make sure it goes ahead.
Although I have to wonder, how did Farina beat us over here?
Yes, I'm completely confident. I've been taking a new medication from the doctor, and it's working brilliantly. I'll definitely be able to tough it out until the performance day.
We'll see about that. I mean, I'm not saying that to be condescending, but you never know.
I share everyone's desire to commemorate all our years as a troupe with a proper farewell show. So the last thing I want is to be left out. Every one of us thinks of this troupe as their home, myself included.
You're right. I'm sorry. I let myself get too worried about the show. I should have asked for your permission first.
Yeah, I guess in hindsight, to show her, like, the consideration versus, like, okay, I'm just gonna replace you without even asking you about it. Okay, bye.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on.
Paimon, wait here a second. My eyes need to check on something.
Sure.
Hey, how did you... I was just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items on my shopping list. All right, I'm coming. No need to drag me.
Seriously. Yeah, don't hurt her.
Hello, one and all. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation just now.
She sounds so nervous. Yeah, I guess... Okay, well in this case they're not forcing her, but they were guilt-tripping her. So she felt like, okay, I better come over here and see what's going on and decide what to do.
Farina? take a rest at home? What are you doing here?
Oh, hello there.
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned. Yes, a teensy bit concerned, that's all.
Okay, well, she's kind of being the Farina I know and used to not like until I realized how sad her story is, and I just love her now and want her to stop crying and being sad.
When you came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly worded things.
But you had every right to be. It's understandable that you'd be angry.
And all before I even had a full grasp of the situation. Anyway, I just feel a bit bad about how it went down.
But like I said, you have every right to feel some sort of, like, hesitating after everything you went through.
I'm sorry, Paimon.
Oh, it's totally fine. Paimon didn't take any of that personally.
Yeah, I tell Paimon a bunch of hurtful things all the time, like how her voice hurts my ears and how she sounds like a rat being grilled alive. At least until we get to hear the new voice actor. Then why didn't you just show up yourself?
You really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable questions, don't you?
I'm sorry, okay?
I felt very sheepish, having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, you caught me.
Sheepish. That was the word I was looking for. Yeah, it's like she sounds like so shy, timid, reserved, sheepish, compared to the proud, loud, boisterous, like, people take a bow, show me that you love me, I'm your queen, kind of person she used to be.
But in any case, it sounds like the issue has already been resolved.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help, I almost had a heart attack. I mean, how could we be worthy of having Lady Farina star in our show?
This isn't gonna make her feel better, is it?
There's no need to think like that, and no need to keep addressing me as lady. Just Farina is fine.
But you are a lady.
I was wondering, if this troupe is so important to all of you, why does it have to disband?
That's a good question.
If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for a sponsor, for instance.
Would it really be that easy, though?
Everyone seems so devoted to the troupe. I'm sure if you keep chipping away, you'll find a way through.
We all want to believe that, but some things are just beyond our control. Everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director. She was the heart and soul of our troupe. She kept us going.
You lost your director?
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder as well as the artistic director of our troupe. And tragically, she was a victim in this serial disappearances case.
Of course she was. Jeez.
What?
I know.
That's actually how I recognized these two. It was all thanks to their efforts that the true culprit was brought to justice.
Vache.
But still, no sentence can bring our director back to us.
And that's how it always is. No court ruling, no settlement, no cash... Well, no cash settlement. None of that's ever gonna bring back someone that you lose.
She was a loyal fan of your performances, Miss Farina. They were what first inspired her to get into musical theater. She rallied many people around her who were destitute or had lost their sense of purpose in life, and convinced them to join her troupe. She wrote her own scripts, acted on stage, and mentored each and every one of us.
I can definitely see what you mean about her being like the heart and soul of the group.
People loved our performances back then. We seemed to be going from strength to strength. Things were really looking up for us.
Things were turning up Millhouse until suddenly they weren't when she was murdered.
And then disaster struck.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that, the entire troop fell into disarray.
I guess, for lack of a better way to put it, they had no direction.
None of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to handle the business side of things. We've been doing the best we can, but despite our efforts, things are slowly but surely falling apart. It's agonizing, but ultimately, we'd rather end things now on our own terms than stick it out to the bitter end and watch all our dreams turn to dust.
And that's still a depressing way to end things.
Oh.
That's so sad.
What a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings who achieved so much and no doubt had much more to give. And then her life was so cruelly taken.
Yeah, I know.
I suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being your farewell to the stage, is also your final gift for her?
Yes, exactly. We all miss her terribly.
So this is like, yeah, I guess, like a final gift and a farewell to her.
Well, good thing I followed the Traveler here. After hearing this tragic tale, I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
Farina.
I know what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary I've set for myself. Besides, they're no longer looking for a replacement anyway. I can, however, provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced audience member.
Yeah, she definitely has observed a lot of shows in her time, I imagine.
But only if you feel this is something that would help, of course.
Oh, most definitely! We'll take any guidance that you can give.
We unfortunately don't have any budget for a consultant, though. Will that be a problem?
I don't need any compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work of your late director. Something I've begun to realize since my departure from the Opera Epiclese is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high.
I suppose you're right.
The law only judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. The court's verdict can settle the question of criminal liability, but what about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? What happens to them?
That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter, like, I guess in a murder case, like, even if you sentence the criminal to life in prison or whatever, there's no bringing back the people you love. Like, nothing is ever gonna change that. A verdict can bring emotional catharsis. They come pouring out and flow away into infinity.
An interesting answer. But if you ask me, I think all emotion shall ultimately return home to the heart and slowly settle with the passage of time.
I wonder what makes her say that.
Take, par exemple, how this troupe pines for their late director. Things such as this I have never witnessed before, and so I should like to observe, perchance to understand.
Still a fan of your old dramatic monologues then, huh?
Paimon, seriously, don't be mean to her.
You just want to get back in on the action, don't you?
No. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
Okay. Lumine's eyes are fascinated by this.
The name's not Swine, it's Paimon!
No, your name is Swine because you're a pig. You're a freaking pig who wants to make herself fat. Well, it looks like Farina, you and I are speaking the same language.
Would you be willing to join me? Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
Okay. Oh. Damn. It's moments like these where sometimes I wish I did have ether, but then I would never have these little moments of making fun of Lumine and her eyes. Since it's you, I'll do it. Especially since it's related to the serial disappearances case. Like, imagine being a guy and just saying something like this, like, yeah, since it's with you, I'll do it.
Thank you all so much. Our director was a huge fan of Miss Farina's performances, as of course we all are. Alright, follow me. We'll go to our usual practice space. Please excuse the size. It's a little on the smaller side.
I'm not saying anything to that. Go to the rehearsal location. Oh, it's over here. Where is that? Oh, it's... Okay, I guess you really weren't joking. This place doesn't look like it's a stage, it just looks like it's a small house or shop. Wait, I can actually go inside? Oh boy.
Huh? Lady Farina?
Oh my god, please don't be like the Barbara-sama guy.
What's Lady Farina doing here?
I don't know. Haven't I seen you before?
Hello all. Allow me to explain. As of today, Miss Farina will be supporting our production of The Little Oceanid in the role of artistic consultant.
Is it anything like The Little Mermaid? Well, Kokomi would definitely be a beautiful mermaid. I mean, she already is. Now I wonder what Farina would look like as a mermaid. Okay, no time for that right now.
These two over here are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss Farina on our behalf. I'm sure they need no introduction.
Hi, I'm Lumine. I'm a war criminal. I actually did time in the Fortress of Meripede because my pet pig ate Farina's cake. That is the worst crime I've ever committed. The worst crime. Worse than stealing the Holy Lyre or killing Rix Lapis, possibly. Or going against the Vision Hunt Decree, or rebelling against the Academia. Nope. Eating the cake is my worst crime ever.
You bet! That was the trial of the century!
You helped bring our director's murderer to justice. We can't thank you enough.
Yeah, and then all the women that he killed came back for him and totally fucked him up. Which he deserved.
Oh, please don't mention watching it. We're just here to join in on the fun.
Yes, my eyes want to watch everything.
So, you were saying the little Oceanid?
Under the sea. Okay, no.
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished script left behind by our director.
Oh boy, that's gonna be difficult.
One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a successful show, we can all take some solace in that.
But then the play's unfinished.
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Yeah, like, finding an actress was the least of your problems.
Yeah, we've been battling issues on every front trying to realize this dream. Anyway, let me give you a quick summary of what the story's all about.
Does it involve an Oceanid giving up her voice to a sea witch so she can have legs to... Okay, no. I'm not finishing that.
The protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who transforms herself into human form, despite the protests of her family.
So she gave up her voice so she could have legs?
She longed to live just like any other human. And sure enough, she found friendship and even love. Everything seemed perfect.
Until Ursula came.
But one day, her true identity was exposed, and her world came crashing down around her.
Okay, so this is more of a man versus society kind of story, then.
So far, so good. A classic tale. What happened after that?
Oh my god, the sun's hurting my eyes.
That's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, this was as far as the director got with her script.
Jeez. Well, I guess having Eric run a ship like straight through Ursula is not gonna be the ending we can go with here.
We need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage. But people have different opinions on which direction to take it in.
They're not gonna make her dissolve into sea foam, is she?
We still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true-to-life tragedy.
Oh boy.
By true to life, you mean the director's sudden disappearance?
So in other words, have the art imitate life.
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction.
Yes, and indeed it was.
But then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto the audience.
Huh. Yeah, I can kind of understand that. I mean, I guess considering I use Shadow Time Rewind to sort of channel my pain of Darlene's death and losing Madeline. Of course, some people did not like the story. Some people did. So I guess it could go either way.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own.
Yeah, that is true. There's a reason why they call happy endings the quote-unquote typical Hollywood ending. Because that's what people want most of the time. They don't want to have something sad and depressing. They want to see something that ends on a happier high note of sorts.
And one last thing. We're still waiting on confirmation from two of our main actors.
Wait, what?
The first is Paulo, who plays the protagonist's lover. He's locked himself away to focus on writing an ending for the script. But the deadline's passed, and we still haven't heard from him.
He's dead, Jim. Okay, well, hopefully he's not.
The other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist. He took the director's death pretty hard. Hasn't set foot in the city since.
Oh, jeez. Then where the hell is he?
He did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're not really sure what to make of that.
Yeah, that's not encouraging.
Huh. Although, now that we have Miss Farina helping us, maybe we should take the opportunity to get everyone back together.
So basically bringing the band back together. Alright, it's gonna be like an in-sync reunion.
What opportunity? What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do you mean? You're you. People love you.
Maybe you're unaware, but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
Oh, that's even better.
Our director was constantly singing your praises. All of us look up to you as a role model.
Oh, stop! You're making me all flustered. Although, not in a bad way.
Oh, I'm kind of glad seeing her be herself again.
I suspect the reason they're dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead, considering all the issues you've been facing.
Which, I mean... you can't really argue with that.
But one by one, all the obstacles are being removed. Now is the time to rally the troops.
Makes sense. Okay, priority number 1, let's check in with Paulo and see where he's at with the ending.
Hey, Paulo!
He went back to Poisson a few days ago. Said that staying in a friend's home might help him to relax and escape the feeling of isolation.
Oh... jeez, after everything Poisson went through...
I thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors, given that Poisson was flooded not too long ago. But I guess it's the opposite. A friend in need and all that.
Yeah, that's exactly my point.
Yeah, maybe he could use some company.
Poisson?
Is something wrong? Oh... when we were alone... and the box... and the trial...
Nothing. I suppose my presence will be indispensable if we are to restore his faith in the show.
Seriously, Farina's gotta be carrying a lot of PTSD right now.
So, allons-y. To Poisson!
And I guess that's the closest we're gonna get to hearing Farina have a sexy French accent. I want to go to bed. Okay, well, anyway.
You're off to Poisson to find Paulo, right? Have a safe trip. We'll take care of the troop while you're gone.
Okay, I mean, you've already been taking care of yourselves, so, I mean, I wouldn't expect any different.
Pressure's on now. We gotta make sure we're fully prepared.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave you to that. Alright. Okay, so let's head... okay, down there. Hey, Paulo! Huh. This place is called Poisson, and yet this music sounds like... I don't know, something that you would hear from some kind of weird or exotic Italian setting. Almost like that other place. I don't know. Dog.
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Who is it?
Here's the pizza you ordered. $20.
It's me. Is the script ready?
No.
You came all the way here for that?
No, that's not the only reason.
Alright. Forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
Nice try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script. I'll be out once I'm done.
And what'll that be?
Okay then. Looking forward to your masterpiece.
Great, we made Farina come over here for nothing.
So, as expected, he's missed the deadline.
Yeah. And he refuses to come out.
The ending is one of the most important parts of the show.
No kidding. Because if you don't stick the landing, then the whole show falls apart.
Even once he's done, it isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
Exactly.
Someone told me they'd just seen you in Poisson. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough, here you are. And Farina, too.
Don't put Farina in a corner.
I was wondering if we might run into her.
So, you're here for Paolo? Looks like he could be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around town in the meantime. I've made all the arrangements already.
I mean, normally you know I won't say, or I won't turn down tall, blonde, and gorgeous, but I just feel bad for Farina and, like, the trial. Everything that she went through in the trial, especially.
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
Oh, what?
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. We'll take that stroll.
Yes, go ahead and take her up on that wonderful offer.
Get over here, you! How oblivious are you?
Very oblivious.
How are things in Poisson now? Any better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wish there was something I could do.
Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time we meet?
Well, she's been carrying so much guilt for most of her life.
We all have painful memories, but we don't have to let them cloud everything we do.
Well, I guess coming from Navia, that does hold a lot of weight.
And if you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
So in other words, keep moving forward.
Thank you for your words of comfort. You make a very good point.
I mean, sometimes it's hard to, because, I mean, a lot of times you can't help but think about the past. So it's not easy.
But for now, at least, I think I should stay with the way I'm feeling for a while longer.
No, Farina. Please don't tell me she's trying to punish herself.
It's okay. These things take time. Moving on from a painful experience is easier said than done.
That is true. It's something that I wish a lot of people would understand.
Which brings me to why I'm here. I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to forgive and forget after the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe.
They're not gonna try to hurt her, are they?
To avoid upsetting the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress playing the role of Farina.
Oh, great.
It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low while you're here.
That's so thoughtful of you, Navia.
Yeah. Although that still doesn't bode well.
Well, what do you expect? I am the courageous and considerate president of Spina di Rosula, after all, like my father before me.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Anyway, that was all. Look after her now.
Off we go then. Let's take a look up there.
Okay, what is up there?
I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with, so maybe she's right. You're the closest thing to friends that I have.
Yeah. Well, if we ignore everything that happened before the trial and during the trial, then, well... Let's see, accompany Farina as she unwinds. Oh great. We're gonna be encountering some people.
I'm so grateful that Miss Navia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her.
Yeah, unfortunately those people are giving her death glares. Well, it seems like to some extent Navia has at least forgiven her.
It's always easiest to just run away from your problems. But that never fixes anything. You can't get around the obstacles without facing them.
Yeah, because no matter what direction you go, those obstacles will always remain.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here.
Yeah, and especially now that we know that people are understandably still pissed off at her.
Still, I felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past. I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But they're more likely to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me, which, of course, I completely understand and accept.
I'm sure some people didn't buy Navia's lie. Yeah, I guess trying to pass off Farina as an actress playing Farina might be a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I can tell people are watching me.
Yeah, and some of them are... Oh god, they're gathering.
I'm sure some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful.
Yes, and the fact that it is the Hydro Archon, or former Hydro Archon, that doesn't bode well.
I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people, especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes. I guess I wasn't quite ready for this after all.
I'm not surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
Yeah, at this point I can't tell, like, she's trying to move forward in her own way, or if she really is punishing herself. Maybe you've taken on a bit too much in one go. Me too. It's not like you.
I can't let myself see only the things I want to see. How would that make me any different from before?
Look! There seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
They're not staying quiet either, and yeah, that's what has me concerned. Especially with how they're looking at her.
Probably time we made a move.
Yes, a move out of here.
How about we check out Spina di Rasula's ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poisson from there.
Yes, and then I can protect you. Okay, they all vanished. Dog. Who's a good boy? Okay, we got a tomato out of that. Okay. Here's a person. Okay, at least he doesn't say anything about Farina.
Let's move out.
I'm sorry. You probably just wanted a relaxing stroll. And here I am dumping all this heavy stuff on you.
Farina, don't say that.
We don't mind. It's actually refreshing to see a different side of you.
In one way, yes. But it also does just kind of seem a little like... I don't know how to say it, but... like, she's very vulnerable.
Great. Well, I appreciate your company, so please don't disappear just yet.
I don't intend to.
I don't know whether you can tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be. As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind. One after another, people were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant. They thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true. But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
You shouldn't look at it like that. You're only doing your duty.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. And unfortunately, it's not like you had divine power to do anything.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time went on, it got harder and harder to bear, and I became more lonely and isolated. Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth. I became terrified of completely failing in my task, and was haunted by the thought of being left all alone, weeping on my throne.
Especially now that I have those streams in my mind. I can still picture that. Just seeing her look so defeated and just so broken.
Fortunately, we were able to avoid the worst case scenario thanks to the help of heroic individuals such as yourselves. Everyone rose to their responsibilities, and I finally regained my freedom.
Yeah. To live out your life and be the human that you always wanted to be.
But on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
Don't say that.
Paimon would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
Think of your freedom as your reward.
A reward?
Because now you can finally speak your heart. You don't have to be anguished and alone anymore.
I guess so. Back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in.
Well, because you were all alone. It was just you dealing with all of that.
I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was, and exposing the secret I swore to protect. Believe in the Farina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be allowed to know. That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
Because you weren't allowed to form relationships. You couldn't have anyone get close to you. Man almighty. Yeah, just looking at all that.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
Maybe some people saw it that way.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try to do the same.
Well, what Paimon meant to say was she doesn't like to see you so down. Yeah, I know, like I said, 2 years ago, like, Farina got on my nerves, and now it's like I said, I love her character, and if she were real, like, I wish I could just hug her and just tell her that she's not alone, and to please don't cry anymore. And they are kind of bullying her, and I guess that's also kind of getting on my nerves. Because it's like, she's already suffered enough. Get off her case. Do you feel better, having gotten all this off your chest?
I do. I once had nothing but the truth, and now I'm finally free to live my own life again. And even though I have no idea where I'm going right now, at least the choice is in my hands.
Exactly. Wherever life takes you, it's all up to you.
All right, it's about time to head back. Paulo should have finished the ending by now.
Really?
Sure. Okay, let's head back and check it out.
Yeah, and in case it isn't obvious, I am kind of getting worked up about it. But the show must go on, as they say. So I'm gonna keep powering through this. And... Hi, guys!
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips, you know?
Fish and chips.
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense. Can you believe how generous she is? I'm not about to pass on free food.
Yeah, but just because it's an all-you-can-eat buffet doesn't mean you should eat the whole damn place out.
Anyway, my character doesn't need to be slim and good-looking. That's your job.
Okay.
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health I'm worried about, it's yours. I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours by filling yourself up with junk all the time.
Oh no, looks like they're arguing again.
Does that mean they're secretly into each other?
We're back! Could you maybe put your differences aside for a moment?
And save it for the wedding?
Ah, you're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula's VIP treatment in your stead.
Aye.
Paulo's nearly done. We shouldn't have to wait too much longer.
That loco, like, we're enjoying this in your stead, like, okay.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the Oceanid who turns into a human girl. What about you?
And what do you play? Are you King Triton?
Me? I'm an Oceanid too.
Okay.
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew that role. Well, the costume at least. So now he's playing the boar instead.
The boar? Okay. So he was supposed to be Scuttle?
Sorry.
Paimon, you shouldn't be laughing. Because someday, you're going to be a boar.
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines too, like when he imparts some solemn words of wisdom to the little Oceanid. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
So is the boar supposed to basically be Ursula, except a good person? What a twist.
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
Hold the phone. Oh. Yes.
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy. She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone that we realized how tough her job really was.
And it's kind of like what I said at the beginning of this stream. You really don't know what you have until you don't have it anymore.
You mentioned earlier that the troupe is like your home.
Yeah. I was born with an incurable illness, and once my family found out it couldn't be treated, they decided they didn't want me anymore.
Okay, what the hell? Ugh, I have a lot of words, but I'm not gonna say them.
I spent some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines. But Whenever I had a bad flare-up, I'd be lying in an alleyway for days at a time. It was like that until the director found me one day. She told me I had a great voice and asked if I was interested in studying singing from her. I said yes.
Well, you do have a nice speaking voice.
She took me under her wing, taught me to both sing and act, helped me find Mora for my meds, took care of me when my condition decided to flare up. I know it was all a huge burden on her.
But she still cared about all of you. In a sense, like, well, for lack of a better way to put it, she was kind of like the mother of the group. Literally the heart and soul.
She sounds like a really incredible person.
She really was. She gave everything she had to her troupe and the people in it. All of us were so proud to call her our director. I was a lost child too when she found me. As the child of a murderer, my parents weren't around when I was little, so I got sent to an orphanage. The other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say things like, "Come on, you must be pretty tough if you're the son of a murderer." It was just to taunt me, though. I was an easy target, and they knew it. One day, I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I lost all faith in humanity by that point. Thought the whole world was out to get me.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah. For the first time in my life, I was somewhere I felt safe. And I promised myself I'd stay here until the day the group parted ways.
Which is unfortunately coming up.
The day you hoped would never come. How times change.
Hey, Paulo! And do I want to know what your question is?
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's someone I need to introduce you to. This is our new artistic consultant, Miss Farina.
Farina? The Farina? Oh my god, how did you manage to wrangle that?
Did you seriously refer to Farina as a that?
Please, the honor is all mine. I was profoundly moved to hear about your troupe and your wonderful director. I just wanted to do something to help.
Same here.
Okay, and yes.
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'll try to calm down. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, the script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how the story unfolds in my version of the script.
I wonder how many versions of the script we're going to end up with.
I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. A little Oceanid decides she wants to become a human, against the wishes of her family. She finds love and friendship in the bustling city. But then, disaster strikes. The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid, plants and flowers are withering, and the people begin to panic.
So basically like a drought.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it, and investigate the truth of the matter together. In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years has caused the fresh water to flee the land, as if driven by a consciousness of its own.
So almost like Fern Gully, except sort of different.
Consciousness? You mean the water is sentient?
Yes.
Water as a conscious entity. There's actually quite a few stories that explore this theme.
Yeah, and plus there's also movies like The Abyss. Okay, well, if this game doesn't look fun, then why are you here?
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover about her true identity, as well as the truth behind the crisis. Her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. However, unbeknownst to them, there were some people eavesdropping when she revealed her secret.
And that can't be good.
The little Oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away, and faces the greatest dilemma of her life.
And now it's man versus society.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to save her lover, and the rest of humanity.
Huh? But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain? Why would she want to save them after that?
I know, if you hate the game, yeah, why do you waste time joining someone's stream to say, I hate this game? It's almost like the people who used to comment on my Monica After Story videos, just to waste their time to make fun of me. But, oh well.
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover, plus everyone who'd stood up for her.
She basically would have done it for the better good.
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even greater love, one that extended to all of humanity. Surely the biggest strength of Cleo's character.
Well said.
There's actually something else that bothers me.
Uh-oh.
You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance to become a hero in our world.
Well, honestly, I kind of think through her legacy, she did become a hero to all of you.
If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, we should make the ending as true to life as possible. What about if the little Oceanid is hounded to death by people who hate her, her lover makes sure her secret never gets out, and humanity continues down the path to extinction?
That's messed up. And depressing.
That sounds like too cruel of an ending to me. And perhaps a little irresponsible to present to the audience.
Yeah. No kidding.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director O'Reilly's death, both arbitrary and meaningless.
But then at that point, you're kind of disgracing her legacy.
On the day when she went missing, Director O'Reilly had instructed us all, somewhat out of the blue, to leave the court of Fontaine and wait for her outside the city. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point, but she never came. By the time we returned to the city, she disappeared without a trace. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. Increasingly, all the signs seemed to point to her being the latest victim in the serial disappearances case.
The director was the kindest soul in the world, yet she was senselessly sacrificed for the sake of a so-called experiment by someone who had nothing to do with her at all.
Also, he can bring back his lover, who was very pissed off at him for becoming so sick and twisted.
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen? It almost seems as if she was moving you to safety.
To protect you all. And I guess, like, for example, Elaine and Dolphy, especially since Valche was kidnapping young women.
I've been trying to follow up on that ever since, but all my efforts so far have turned up nothing. Villemont might know something, but he won't open up to me.
Yeah, because no one knows where he is.
Villemont? The one who's playing the role of the villain?
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed by grief. I think the director's death hit him hardest of all.
Oh, jeez.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, I have a hard time imagining that anyone took it harder than me.
Okay, do not start doing that.
Because, well, speaking of the play being true to life, I was deeply, madly in love with O'Reilly.
Okay, that is... I don't even know what to say to that. I guess, like, well, if I think about how much I was in love with Darlene, and how her death hit me...
What? You kept that one quiet.
It's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. We'll never be able to agree on the ending if we can't be honest about how we feel. I did tell her how I felt once, but she turned me down pretty much straight away. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her, and she never considered us as potential romantic partners.
So I guess she was like the older sister to them, to be more accurate.
Not that it came as a shock or anything. It was what I was expecting to hear. So I told her I'd always be there for the troupe, and I'd always be there for her.
Kind of like how I think about when I tried confessing to Darlene. Of course, that was... Anyway, I probably should not think about that too much.
I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troupe no longer required her constant attention. Well, maybe then she could reconsider what she really wanted in her life. And now, that day will never come.
Oh, Paulo.
So if I'm the one writing this ending, then I'm gonna make sure it does right by O'Reilly. I won't let anyone get in the way of that.
Meaning you're not gonna let some depressing ending like that come to pass.
In that case, you have to straighten things out with Villemont once and for all, face to face. We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending, but those two have never seen eye to eye on anything. One of them has to compromise if we're ever going to reach a final decision.
Because we just need to listen to each other's hearts. And unfortunately, I do not remember the rest of the lyrics.
Well, if that's where we're at, looks like it's time to go visit Villemont.
And we can meet him eye to eye.
Are you ready to face the truth?
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified. But for the sake of our final performance, I'll do whatever it takes. Funny you should ask, though. You really do get what I'm going through right now.
She really does.
I certainly do. Come on, everyone. Allons-y!
Yeah, let's get out of here before people start to hurt Verena. Wait. Oh, I almost thought his name was Sardino, and I'm like, huh? Okay, Sandino. Okay, well. All the way out here?
This is tough going. Delphi, are you sure you can manage in your condition?
I could ask you the same question. Try to keep up.
No fat jokes. Uh... Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. No. Hold on. I need to get my commissions out of the way.
Add Ast. Thank you for Add Ast.
Hello, robot. Sorry I didn't say hello to you earlier. Okay. I was like, it's almost 3 a.m. Yeah, I don't want to let that go, especially... I have no idea if I'm going to be able to get Skirk, but... doesn't mean I'm going to give up. Oh, hello.
Ugh, as if this journey wasn't tough enough already without a roadblock.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. We don't need to take a detour. Wait, why are you all looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Farina in a fight before.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her power so it could be converted into Indemnitium. Miss Farina said so herself.
Oh my god, Lumine's eyes.
Precisely! And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so all my power is gone anyway. As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like a damsel in distress more than anything.
Fine, then I'll be your heroic knight, protecting you at all times.
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
C'est la vie. Paimon, go to sleep. This doesn't require god-level powers. Don't you know any self-defense? Okay. I don't want to bully Farina.
C'est la vie indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch on helplessly as a more brave and seasoned adventurer than I swoops in to save the day.
Hearing her say that makes me feel weird. Yeah, let's go with that. It's like, flattery will get you nowhere.
Aww, too bad. I was so pumped to feast my eyes on fight mode Farina.
But you're gonna have to wait.
Sorry to leave all the heavy lifting to you.
It's okay. I'm the pro tag.
Don't worry, piece of cake.
Yeah, I can take care of these guys easy.
Get to work! Hey there! Hey there!
Oh. Would you quit jumping around?
Hey there!
Grow, hold the line.
Fulfill our pact! Watch out!
Oh great, there's more.
Watch out!
Everyone hold hands.
Oh. Okay. Yep. Oh, come on.
Committed to memory.
Attack!
This is ridiculous.
That's the way.
They just keep coming.
Sharing my knowledge.
Get to work! Eat Lolene! Eat Papa! Get him!
Bravo! Good.
Oh. Oh, come on. Don't interrupt Farina.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Too bad I don't get to hear what she said. Also, Happy New Year, everybody. Oh, great. Wow, he's been here?
Vilma, are you there?
No.
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Farina doing here?
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troop. We now have everyone except you.
And that's what happened.
So, you think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an ending to the script that pleases everyone?
Yeah, I don't like the tone of this guy's voice.
I care just as much as everyone else about making the Little Oceanid a success. That's why I wanted to wait until after the show.
For what?
If I open this can of worms now, I just don't want to make things difficult between us. We're supposed to be a unit when we're on stage.
Vilma, avoiding the truth will not help anyone. Unless you mean to suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
Oh god, no.
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, Vilma. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show. The Little Oceanid cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one. As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty dire. So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances.
Oh, don't tell me.
It seemed like a win-win, so I said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director. It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods that I realized
They spiked the drinks?
the drink in question was synth.
Okay. Yeah.
Isn't that the drink paddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
Yeah. I remember that it induces a state of euphoria, but it also causes significant harm to the body.
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. And I told the director everything right away. She was completely shocked as well. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, she contacted the merchant and stated that the troupe could not agree to this collaboration. The merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word, and threatened to sue us for damages. The amount was astronomical. There was no way we'd be able to pay.
And then?
I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe, and it wasn't my fault. But things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up, and then suddenly the director told us all to leave the city one day. I knew then that things must have reached a boiling point. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything.
You brought the director to the attention of the synth dealers. Your mistake gave them a motive to kidnap and murder her.
Yeah, I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Hey, don't say that.
You didn't know that was going to happen. And you didn't mean to.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us?
Oh great, Paulo's going to let him have it.
What do you mean? You were afraid? This was a life and death situation. We could have saved her!
could you?
How could you be so stupid?
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to him. You need to stay calm.
Stay calm? How can I stay calm? This guy got Aurelie murdered. She was the love of my life. And he has the gall to try and high-road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show. How about taking some responsibility for what he's done?
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I wanted to apologize to everyone in the troupe, but that won't bring back the director. What good is my apology now? I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. Beat me up if you want. Kill me if you prefer. It's what I deserve. End my life so I can meet the director and apologize to her in person.
Get out of my sight! Go! Get lost! I don't ever want to see your face again!
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough. Now pipe down, both of you! Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How can you do that if you're just using it as an excuse to vent your own emotions?
You're right.
And besides, it's not like he knew that this was gonna happen.
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe. But in her own life, her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention. I can tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troupe. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters. To shield you all from the storms that rage in the world outside. That's how you should remember her. And that's what you should be celebrating. I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already? After everything she did for you?
Exactly. You say that she wasn't a hero in this world, well, she sure was a hero in your world. All of your all's world.
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means. And then think again about what you hope to achieve by arguing with each other.
Which, spoiler alert, it'll get you nowhere.
If you really hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured? But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director Aurelie and the home she built you all to let go. What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Yes, please, Delphi. Share with the class.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that, for a moment there, it felt like our director was back with us again. If she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them exactly like you did, in that same stern voice.
Okay.
Really? But she sounded like such a gentle person.
Okay, so I guess she can be both a big sister and a mom.
Of course she was. Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness, and it showed. She really was a truly outstanding person.
What you said, it really puts everything into perspective.
I'm truly sorry. I really meant for this to be a genuine apology, but I ended up making it all about me and my self-pity.
It's all right. Let's save all this for after the performance.
So, the ending. What are we gonna do about it?
I still like his ending better.
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now and reflect on what really matters. When emotions are running high, things get lost in the fray.
Boy, don't they ever. And sometimes you end up saying things that you wish you hadn't. Because you got swept up in the emotions.
The end of the story needs to focus back on Aurelie herself. She's the true star of the show.
It might actually be possible to find out more about her fate.
What do you mean?
The Traveler is right. You once investigated that underwater synth base and recovered items belonging to the victims.
Right.
If you could find anything that Aurelie left behind, perhaps we can get a better sense of what she went through in her final days.
Although that's probably going to be very painful to know about.
You really think that's possible?
I trust that nobody would object to the ending of the story being based on Aurelie's true feelings.
No.
Well, we'll leave this in your capable hands.
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia. The rest of you, head back to the rehearsal location for now, and wait for our good news.
Okay. Are we going to see Novelette? Oh. Yeah, this really is, and well, I'm definitely invested in this emotionally.
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearances case? But, that case has been closed for quite a while now.
Oh, hey, it's you. Sedane.
Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place, you don't actually have to submit an application. Okay, please hold on. I'll have someone dig them out.
So, this is all Aurelie left behind. Just whatever she was carrying on her person, and this tattered old notebook.
Hey, the notebook could be more valuable than you think.
Hey! It's full of script lines! And sketches, too! Looks like they show where the different props should be placed on stage.
You see, like, if she's anything like me, she probably has a whole bunch of notes and whatever, just to keep track of stuff.
Let me take a look. Maybe there's something in here from after she was kidnapped.
That's true.
Aha! I found something. To whoever discovers this diary. Let's see. Looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. She even mentions the truth behind the experiments on dissolving young women. If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have been a conclusive piece of evidence proving Vacher's guilt.
Well, unfortunately, time was kind of against us.
Vacher took so many lives. It's still so unthinkable how many victims he had.
I guess Aurelie must have written all of this down in the hope that her records would one day be of use to investigators. Wait, it cuts off.
Is something wrong?
Her handwriting here gets patchier and more illegible by the line. She probably didn't have much strength left. Her final words are... I'll let you read them for yourselves.
Someone else was taken. That makes 6. Or perhaps the 7th. Someone tried to escape yesterday, but was caught. She hasn't been seen since. Was that yesterday? Maybe not. I've long since lost track of time. Sorry, I don't know if writing this is of any use, or how much longer I can do it for. I can already see my fate approaching, but what terrifies me even more is the thought of seeing others from the troop here. Have I truly protected them? Sorry. I'm so sorry. I can write no more. I think I have a fever, and my old stomach problems have returned. But nobody has given me any medicine. I suppose I'm more fortunate than Gracie. The pain keeps her awake all night. I suppose they think that anything goes so long as the experimental subjects can be used up before they die. It's so damp here. I have given her my blanket. So cold, so cold, so cold. As long as one persists, all things will pass. There will be a reward for hard work. I like to tell them such things, but it is I who am losing my grip. If anyone sees this troop safe, I, important, please, farewell, apologize, life, reform, future, regret, Cleo. This page is an absolute mess, and the writer's pen seems to have wandered its surface at random. Only some words can be made out, and barely at all, at that. From this page onward, the diary stops, to be replaced with lyrics from musicals. Some are in the form of newspaper clippings, others are handwritten, with many crossings out and changes. It is apparent that the pages have been referenced often, and that this was the personal notebook of artistic director O'Reilly.
She was so terrified.
She was. She watched a girl get dissolved right in front of her, and had to wait for her own deaths in silence.
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of her troop, but at the end of the day, she was only human.
Yeah. And there's only so much you can do.
I can't bear to think how painful and lonely her final days must have been. Wait. This part on the last page sounds strangely familiar.
Okay, let me see if I can calm down. Flipping through the notebook, the lyrics continue. However, one page has been torn out, folded up, and placed next to the last blank page. At the bottom of the folded note are two new lines that Aurelie has written in handwriting more legible than before. But it seems that they took her both great effort and a great deal of time to write. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is that truly what you want? Because I am an older sister to them. I love them.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Isn't that the most important line in the Little Oceanid?
Yes, but it looks like there's a follow-up.
Because I am an older sister to them.
Oh.
So she didn't regret her decision. Even as she sat in silence, waiting for death to come. I'm sure this is what the troop would have hoped to hear as well. She had their utmost trust, admiration, and love, and she truly deserved it. Let's go. It's time for them to learn Director O'Reilly's final thoughts.
Okay, bring the diary back. Yeah, I guess that's a good thing my mom isn't here. She'll probably question why I'm getting worked up over something in a video game.
Incoming!
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to convey to the audience the courage and selflessness that she showed in the face of death, then it's a meaningful way to end the story.
I'm all for that.
Even in the last moments of her life, she was still leaving a trail for others to follow.
She did her best to protect as many people as possible, even if it meant sacrificing herself.
And she did it with no regrets.
We know what choice our little Oceanid would have made now. I don't think any more discussion is necessary. Well, Vilmont, if we put the past aside for now, do you think you can bring yourself to go ahead with the show?
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance, to make this a show worthy of our director. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings. This final farewell show should be about Director O'Reilly and her alone.
Then it seems like we've reached a consensus. I have a feeling that this will turn out to be the most mesmerizing performance of your lives.
If not the greatest performance of your lives.
Really? How can you be so sure when you've never even seen them perform before?
Paimon, shut the fuck up.
Don't underestimate my experience. After watching a countless number of musicals, I've learned one important thing. If you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully commit and immerse yourself in your role, pouring all your emotion into your performance.
That is true. And I think that goes with any form of art, really.
And aren't human emotions, love, hate, regret, and hope, just the most mesmerizing things in this world? I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on the stage than they are now.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Farina. And thank you for supporting us through all this.
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to discuss the details of the ending and get it nailed down once and for all.
Actually, before that, I'd like to make a proposal.
Okay.
During the curtain call, please allow me to use the director's name instead of my own.
Okay.
Huh? But then...
After all, this role was originally meant to be played by the director. I'm just filling in for her.
So you're going to basically use her name as a pseudonym?
Besides, a role commemorating her life should be associated with her name.
I mean, I get that. I'm just a little, like... Isn't this almost like identity theft in a weird way? Or I guess like a posthumous performance.
Well, if you're sure you're okay with that, I have no objection to it.
Now we're talking like a serious acting troupe. All right, I'll leave you to fine-tune your musical while I go and procure a stage.
Procure a stage?
Well, where else are they going to perform it?
Oh, it's okay. Our usual place doesn't need a reservation.
Well, the joke's on you. It's not going to be at the usual place.
That place? Oh, don't be silly. For an extraordinary show, we need an extraordinary stage. By which I, of course, mean the Opera Epiclese.
Oh.
Whoa, wait, what?
No. That's never going to work. It's far too fancy for the likes of us.
What are you afraid of? Surely you don't think that Aurelie's story is unworthy of the grandest stage in Fontaine?
Especially considering how you're going to bring it to life.
No, though that's not what I meant.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
Exactly. Believe in yourselves. Go big or go home.
I have no problem with it then. How about the rest of you? I'll take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. It really is a dream come true.
The voting is unanimous.
Well, then don't disappoint me.
In a vote of 1-0.
If you mess this up, it'll reflect poorly on me too. Come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead from Nervilette. I know just where to find him.
You know, no pressure. Okay, so I guess we are gonna go talk to him.
First Miss Farina, now the Opera Epiclese? If only the director was still with us.
Hey, come on. There's no point in dwelling on that now. We have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you're right. Now's not the time to get all melancholy.
During the final scene, maybe we should stop the music just before Cleo takes the stage?
Okay, you keep doing that. Whatever you're doing.
Best of luck to you.
Same to you, Vilmont. Yeah, you keep doing that. Oh, over here. I wonder if this is going to be like the first time she sees him in forever.
Hey, look at that! Looks like I guessed right.
You were just guessing?
I mean, to be fair, they've known each other for a long time.
I knew you'd be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Farina. And you too, traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with today?
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese for an event. You see...
And that's what happened.
I understand. The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. But given that the request is coming from the three of you, I see no reason to make things unduly difficult. The story of the little Oceanid is most fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing it performed on stage. I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after all that has happened.
I know.
Huh? What do you mean? Do I look excited?
Well, you kind of looked and sounded excited back there.
Yes. And this is the first time that I've seen you like this since your departure from deityhood.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about their situation. But one thing led to another, and... well, here we are. In the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases, all while knowing very little about the human stories behind each and every one. Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my freedom, But I've developed a great sense of curiosity about their lives.
I am truly delighted to see you find a new lease on life. Now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding a return to the stage?
Why would you suddenly ask a question like that?
Because he cares about you?
Well, if the Little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. Many theater companies are certain to add it to their repertoire.
And Disney will make it into a movie.
The experiences and decisions of the protagonist Cleo are all modeled after your own. Naturally, this makes you eminently suited to playing the leading role.
I mean, to some extent, maybe, but I mean, at the end of the day, Aurelie was the heart and soul of the role.
It would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity to allow audiences to enjoy your outstanding acting talents once more.
Haven't I already made myself clear? I won't act or perform in any role ever again. No exceptions. Nor do I think it is any great shame. There is no lack of fine actors or inspirational stories, either on or off the stage. This experience is a case in point. I feel like I've learned a lot, and it has already been well worth the price of admission. I must admit, though, I'm a little envious. They're quite fortunate to be able to bid farewell to their past in such a magnificent manner.
Yeah. Making a tribute to someone that they all cherished dearly.
I see. Well, I'm glad to learn that you have found a role to play that you enjoy, be it on the stage or not. I sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I will have my staff book the date and mail the relevant paperwork to the troupe once the details are confirmed.
Thanks, Nervalet.
You are very welcome.
Oh, we can talk to him.
Many people were once enthralled by Lady Farina's performances, myself included.
Oh, okay.
I hope that one day she'll be able to understand that our appreciation was always sincere.
Maybe in due time she will. Yeah, for now though, well, she's not really thinking about that. Okay, let's head back over to them.
Watch out! Good news, everyone. It's done. The Opera Epiclese is booked. Thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Neuvillette was moved to provide us with a fitting stage for this special performance. We've had to fight every step of the way for this opportunity, but we now have all of the ingredients necessary to stage a truly spectacular performance. A touching story, a magnificent venue, and last but not least, a passionate and dedicated cast. Now, let's work together and make this show the best it can be.
This is truly wonderful.
The sooner we can finalize the ending, the more time we'll have to rehearse. Fiumali and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things. I think it's really going to resonate with the audience now.
Well, that's good to hear.
Wow, you two had a constructive conversation? That's great!
Yeah, that's already great progress.
Communication is vital to any good performance.
Communication is vital to almost everything, let's be real.
Look at us! We've come so far. I never could have pictured this scene a few days ago.
It's amazing! Even though Farina's still being a bit of a drama queen about it all, she's really fired everyone up!
I'm really looking forward to the final production.
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions you have. We really value your input.
Hey, Loic, get over here. Time to practice the opening number.
and shave your eyebrows. Oh boy. Okay, what?
Cursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
There's the look! There's the pointing finger!
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
This guy could be useful. Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
Leave this place, oh little Oceanid, and never, ever look back!
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't seen such a fine performance in a long time. If only...
What should we do? It's almost time for her to take the stage!
Why? Why does it have to be now?
Oh, don't tell me.
Hey, what's going on? You're due on stage any second now. Oh no, not again. But why? What about your new meds? Did they stop working?
They've been getting less and less effective over time. I've had to keep increasing my dose.
What? I thought they cure it. So they were only managing your symptoms?
That's how most chronic illnesses are.
I figured whatever it took to get me through this final performance.
How could you do this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave me about not looking after my health.
I'm sorry. I've let everyone down.
You... This is a conversation for another time. How can the show go on without its star performer?
Miss Farina, I'd like to make a request of you.
Is she going to be doing it?
Say no more. If you're sick, you need to rest. I know what you're going to ask. Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Oh, yeah. I think my scenes are all done. Although, I do have one more line. But I guess another guy in the troupe with a similar voice register could take it. Why?
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest. I'll sing the finale. From the sublime to the ridiculous. After all that, everything's come full circle.
Thank you, Miss Farina. I'm so sorry to put you in this position after everything you said.
Never mind. What's done is done. It's really my own fault for getting in too deep. No one likes regrets, myself included. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that I've learned Cleo's part by heart.
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. After all, this show is dedicated to the life and legacy of our director. What, in your opinion, is the reason Cleo shines so brightly?
It's her pure heart. Despite all the pain and loneliness she had to endure, she never once stopped believing in the beauty in this world.
That is definitely something.
Despite all the
Oh, I'm sorry, Amberly Connors.
Well said.
You know, to have a pure heart even after going through so much strife and grief. If that's not A person's greatest inner strength, I don't know what is.
I leave Director O'Reilly in your hands.
Is she here yet?
Let's get here!
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Me pardonneras-tu, ô chère mère? L'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies, et la cité elle nourrit, ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
My wish.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Moi, je serai toujours là, à voir le monde et sa beauté, et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
Is it just me? Or was that Lady Farina on the stage just now?
Yeah, I definitely thought that was a nice touch, too. It's like, if only we could have gotten all the Fontaine like that, but oh well. Very beautiful singing, either way.
She hasn't been seen for a while now, and she just appears out of nowhere? Gotta say, though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Wait, that's not her name. What's going on?
You've been lied. Or, you've been lied to. Okay, not really.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
A doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people recognized me.
I don't know about that. Kind of hard to deny that it's you, not gonna lie.
It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself, even if I had no choice. Still, I have to admit that, despite everything, it felt good to be back on the stage again.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Farina.
There you go.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
Well, too bad.
Oh, so it was Farina after all.
That's right.
She's back.
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run that by me first.
All right, calm down. Don't be mad. This was a group decision. We just didn't want your contributions to go unacknowledged.
Which I can understand to some extent.
After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work, visible or invisible, is equally deserving of recognition.
In other words, give credit where credit is due, and... well, I guess anyone who's worked with me in DDLC mods will probably know that I am very, very, like, to the note when it comes to making sure that everyone is credited properly.
Yes, I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this yet.
Now she's being all cute and shy.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
The paparazzi swarm her house. I don't know. Oh. At most, you might be asked to sign a few autographs later.
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
But I don't have your delicate touch.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? It nearly gave Paimon a heart attack. Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then suddenly, a real one popped out of thin air!
Oh, that.
Well, that's because it's hers now.
I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, it worked pretty well, didn't it?
When we're at our lowest point, that is when we are open to the greatest change.
I'll bet the audience has never seen such a realistic prop.
Yes, clearly.
Wait, what about Dolphy? I wonder how she's doing.
Oh, let's go check on her as soon as we finish clearing the stage.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how the end of the show went.
Elaine, what are you doing over there?
If nothing else, we can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
Oh, hello. Hello. I'm about to perform for you all. Okay, no, I won't. Can I talk to all the funny people? Oh my god, I can.
I wasn't expecting such an incredible performance from an amateur troupe. They didn't seem out of place on the big stage at all.
Oh, Captain, my captain.
Yeah, their technique could use some polish, but the performance in general felt very believable. Hit all the right emotional notes. I think it'll stay with me for a while.
Okay.
I thought Cleo's actor sang very well. Why did they swap her out at the end?
Yeah, you don't need to know.
I don't know. Maybe that's just how it was scripted.
Yes, Sabine, don't ask too many questions. Okay, nothing. And this is gonna take a while. Okay, nothing.
Take me up!
Nothing. Oh. Okay, not you guys.
What a surprise! Seeing Miss Farina on the stage? This ticket was money well spent.
Yeah, I agree. Say what you want about her, but she's flawless when she's on stage.
Nothing. Oh. Yeah, I don't blame you, and I kind of figured. The play was beautiful, though. But, yeah, I understand. You gotta get going soon. Nothing. Okay. Over here. I kind of wonder what it would have been like if we got to see, like, the play in its entirety, not, like, you know, just skip to the ending, but oh well. It is what it is.
Ah, you're back.
Yes.
She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication. From experience, though, I'd say she still needs a few more days of rest.
So then what the heck was she taking before?
How did the performance go? Was it a success? Did the audience like it?
You'll be glad to know it was fantastic! Also, you're not gonna believe what happened while Farina was on the stage. You'll probably be able to read all about it in the Steambird first thing tomorrow morning.
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry I failed to see it through to the end. I guess I was wrong to try and tough it out to begin with.
Oh, don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain call, everyone's work deserves recognition. Even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very impressed by your performance. It's safe to say that you made your mark on this memorial show.
Well, one way or another, we did it. I've had bad luck ever since I was born, so I never expect things to go smoothly in life. I'm just happy to know that we went out on a high note. That's all that matters.
Blaming your bad luck again, are we? Maybe if you didn't push yourself past your limits so much, your illness wouldn't be flaring up all the time.
Oh, come on.
Oh, don't you start. I don't have the energy to argue with you right now.
Aw, you two clearly care a lot about each other.
Which is why I was joking that they had a thing for each other.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh great, is it gonna be like those two in the Fortress of Meripede again?
You mean we never stop arguing with each other?
Just like a married couple.
So, any plans for the next step? After the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe is sure to spread through Fontaine like wildfire. You won't have to disband if you don't want to.
Yeah, if anything, it's almost like sky's the limit.
You could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out the little Oceanid to the bigger theater troupes out there. That would do wonders for your financial situation.
And then you can sell the movie rights to Disney.
No, we should still disband.
Yeah, it's what we all agreed to.
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space. But maybe our paths will cross again one day.
Hey, don't just walk off!
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Farina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation with musicals.
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally hoped to keep performing too, but I don't know if my health will allow me to.
Oh, so now you finally got your priorities in order. I guess I'll hold off until you've properly recovered as well. What about you, Miss Farina? Any future plans?
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go, until I finally acquiesce. You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Sorry.
Oh, Paulo.
It's quite alright. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown me that perhaps I'm not as averse to a return to the stage as I previously imagined. Maybe Nervillette was right. Maybe Cleo is the right role for me. I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. So, maybe the show will go on for me after all.
Yeah, considering how late it is for you. It's gonna be 4 a.m. for me, so yeah. Well, thanks for stopping by and hope you have a good night. Yep, I'm probably, after this, I'll be done as well. There's no need to draw lines in the sand. Just do whatever feels right to you.
Yeah. There was once a time when I was an actress in a masquerade, seeking only to hide the truth. But from now on, I want to spend my time learning real stories about real people and how they touch the lives of others around them. I want to watch them blossom and wither, see them refined on the page, retold on the stage, and remembered long into the future. I'm sure this is what captivated director O'Reilly as well.
Sounds like you're ready to stop running from your true calling. The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating place it is.
Next time, I'll invite you to join me. Ironically, I remember... I forgot where, I think somewhere on Reddit. Someone was here saying, like, how cool it would be if Farina became, like, a permanent travel companion. And I guess, like, who knows, maybe this was their logic? Kind of like, considering the Traveler literally is like, I'll invite you to join me, and Farina is able to get out into the world and experience things with her own eyes, and never lose that sense of wonder. Of course, that would also mean Mihoyo would have to do some kind of mental gymnastics and possibly have to give everyone a free Farina, because you make her a permanent travel companion. I mean, yeah, like, which honestly, I mean, it would be cool if they did that. Like, you get a free Hydro character, and it's the former Archon. So, you can't really beat that, but then at the same time, it's like, that would technically be money left on the table.
Then it's a deal.
I'm glad to hear her laughing again.
If a vision is a gift from the gods, then I should do my best to honor it.
And that's that. Oh boy, everybody's here still. And I can go complete my commissions again. Okay, well.
I'm just finishing packing up. As soon as I'm done, I've got an interview with the Steambird to get to. Thanks to all your help, this show was more perfect than we ever could have hoped for.
Although I can't help but wonder what happened to Vilmon. I mean, I know he said he was going to give us space, but then Paulo looked at him like, like maybe I should go talk to him.
But most of all, I want to thank you for giving me the chance to finally say farewell to Aurelie.
Anytime.
I mean, of course I have some regrets, but...
There'll be plenty of opportunities in the future for us to tell the stories that we want on stage.
Oh, but I thought, well, if Paulo's gonna join a different troupe, I don't know, they probably could as well. Honestly, I'm just kind of here like, Farina has a point. It's like, why disband when, like, literally the sky's the limit?
Now that the buzz is worn off, I feel ready to pass out.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I feel like I've rekindled the passion I had when I first joined the troupe. It might turn out to be too little, too late for me. But still, this has been the experience of a lifetime.
And, of course, the woman of the hour. Sweet Lolly. Just staring. Well, anyway.
It's ironic to think that in my whole time as a god, I could only ever dream of receiving this kind of power. And now that the gods have given me their blessing, it actually feels more like I'm finally able to take my fate in my own hands.
And that's good. Because after all, it's your life. You should be able to make what you want out of it.
Is that how humans feel about it as well?
To some extent, I suppose so. Well, as much as I don't want to leave, am I locked out forever? Yes, I am! I should not have expected anything different.
Ad Astra. Thank you for
Okay, what was that? Okay. You know, I was wondering what the rewards for this event would be. So ideally... Oh, the Dust of Enlightenment. I see. Yeah, so you use this for artifacts, from what I remember. Well then. I guess you have to get real good if you want to get both of them. I'll have to figure out what to do about this one later. Oh my god, Pedro. Well. Although, Kara? Well, I don't know if... Well, I guess I'm a little surprised because I'm here, like... Considering how stupidly overpowered Kara is... But... Oh well. So far, it looks like nobody's made it to... Oh no, never mind. You made it to level 5. Yeah, I was almost here like... Has no one that I know made it that far? It's like, no. No, someone has. Okay, well... Well, the reward loadout is definitely good. I will not deny that. Okay, well... Yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm only going in with like 9 or 10 pity at this point. So I'm not really expecting miracles here. Candace, my sexy lady. An Egyptian goddess. Okay, let's see. I'll take that. Alright. I mean, I'll have to see about taking care of that stuff off screen and hopefully not forgetting.
Can we play Banker next time?
Okay. Oh right, and it was Yaimiko's birthday yesterday. Let me oh, I never even got... I will never get tired of that. Let me see... Okay, I can ascend a Scoffier.
Thank you so much. With your inspiration and support, I now have what it takes to extract the finest flavors nature has to offer and redefine the very limits of culinary perfection. And after that, I'll find a new peak to strive towards.
I really wish they had let her keep her, like, British accent. Not just because, you know, I like the accent, but also... I mean... It adds, like, its own unique flavor to her, no pun intended. And, of course, it obviously leans into the whole Gordon Ramsay thing. And so, yeah, Shilonen is almost, like, at the end there. Well. Okay, there we go. Obviously, I still need to get her artifacts in order, but hey, at least I'm getting there. Oh, well, technically today is Saturday now, so I can't do that. Great. Well, another day then. Let's see. I guess in terms of the 5-star characters that I'm not going to ignore. Escoffier, Verisa, Tainari, and Dea I still don't know about, but otherwise all of them getting there. Mizuki. Chi-Chi unfortunately will not get love from me. Okay. I guess that was it. I didn't have anyone else's constellations to worry about. Oh. Okay, next time... Let's see, well... We have that leyline event thing going, as well as the other event. I don't know if I'll be able to do something off-screen. I would like to try and hope I can. Otherwise, who knows, maybe I'll just continue with Farina's story and, you know, keep going forward and whatnot. But anyway, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with whatever else I do. Later, folks.